It was a serene Saturday morning, the kind where the mist rises off the lake and the only sound is the gentle lapping of water against the dock. I had my fishing gear ready, a thermos of coffee at my side, and plans to spend the day enjoying the peace and quiet of my own property. That peace, however, was about to be interrupted by Karen, the neighborhood's notorious HOA enforcer. As soon as I cast my line, she appeared at the edge of the lake, clipboard in hand, eyes blazing with self-righteous fury. "You're fishing illegally," she shouted. "This lake is under HOA regulations, and you have not submitted a permit. I'm fining you immediately." I blinked. "Karen, this is my property. I own the land and the lake. There's no violation here," I said calmly, leaning on my fishing rod. She waved her clipboard. "Rules are rules. Everyone must comply with HOA policies." Her arrogance was astounding, so I decided to teach her a lesson in the kind of creativity that only comes from years of dealing with petty overreach. I spent the next hour drafting an official-looking fine notice for the HOA itself, citing repeated harassment, unauthorized entry onto private property, and misuse of community enforcement powers. The amount? $10,000. I left it conspicuously on their office door, complete with detailed documentation of all previous complaints and a stern warning that failure to pay would result in legal action. By the time Karen returned to her office, she was greeted by a flood of phone calls, emails, and neighbors laughing at the audacity of the situation. Her smug confidence evaporated instantly. The HOA board, seeing the documentation and realizing the legal exposure, immediately rescinded all prior fines against me and issued an apology, something Karen was visibly unprepared to handle. Word spread quickly through the community. The woman who had fined a homeowner for fishing on his own lake had been publicly humbled, and the irony wasn't lost on anyone. Neighbors whispered and chuckled about the time HOA Karen tried to assert authority over someone else's property and got hit with a $10,000 fine in return. For the rest of the weekend, I fished in peace. The lake was calm, the coffee was warm, and the reminder of what happens when entitlement meets preparation was fresh in everyone's mind. Karen never attempted another fine against me, and her reputation as the neighborhood enforcer suffered a lasting dent. It became a favorite story in the community. HOA Karen tried to assert control over a private lake and ended up on the receiving end of her own medicine. It served as a perfect lesson. Rules are meaningless when misapplied, and sometimes a little creativity and calm authority can turn even the boldest intimidation tactics into a spectacular defeat.